So y'all, today is Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. Yes, we are already in October, and I always say this, time fucking flies, because it does. We shouldn't be in the year 2023 in the first place, and then we shouldn't be in October in the second place. But we're not talking about all that shit right now, are we? We are talking about Saw X. Now, I have not seen Spiral, was not interested in it. That looked like a very boring movie. It didn't even look like it was a Saw film. It just looked like some boring detective cop shit. So I didn't see it. I'm not really 100% sure how many Saws there are, but I know it's a lot of them. Have I seen the majority of them? No, I have not, because Saw is not one of my favorite franchises. If anyone would like to know what is my favorite franchise, that's The Nightmare on Elm Street. Because Freddy Krueger is just undefeated as a character. He is undefeated as a villain, and he was the only motherfucker that I had dreams about in my adult life. I've had dreams about Freddy Krueger since I was a child, and now I am an adult, and there has been a moment in my adult life where I've had a Freddy Krueger dream, and it fucked me up a little bit. So, I think I may have only seen... Of course, I've seen the original Saw, because nothing beats the original, right? So, of course, I've seen Saw 1. I don't know which Saw it was that I seen that it had Megan Good in it. I've seen a little bit of that one. That one was okay. It was pretty good, actually. I haven't seen the latest in the Saw series. So, I was like, when I seen... The thing is, I haven't been seeing movie trailers in a very long time, so I'm really oblivious when it comes to knowing what comes out in the theaters. I typically only go to the theater when I really want to see something good, and it's typically a scary fucking movie. So I went today, and I seen Saw, and I very much so like what it did. I very much so like what it did. Again, I didn't even know there was another Saw coming out. So when I stumbled across the trailer on YouTube, I'm like, what the fuck is this? We got a Saw X coming out? They putting the X on it, so it must be fancy. I watched the trailer. I said, okay. You know, it's not giving me anything that I wouldn't expect. So I'm like, okay, whatever, we're gonna go see this. And yeah, today was the day I went to go see it. It was a very good movie. Like, some parts were cringy. I don't necessarily know if it was the acting. I don't think it was the acting. One thing that I kind of got distracted by, and this is something real simple and petty, was Amanda's fucking wig. That short wig, I'm like, couldn't y'all just like have her real hair, take her real hair and like color it black or something? I feel like they choose to put the worst wigs on people in movies. Like, this is a multi-million-dollar flick, and you got this raggedy, weird looking wig on Amanda. Has Amanda always had this fucking wig? I don't think she started off with that hair, did she? In Saw 1, did she start her hair? Her hair was like regular. I get it, you're like a badass now, because I was totally fucking feeling the fashion, the G.I. Jane fashion. I was fucking feeling it. When I seen the close-up on the boots, I was like, bitch, where can I get me a pair? Then it's kind of hot. I'm already online searching up chunky ass winter boots. It's about that season. So I was looking at her shoes like, I like this whole fit. You feel me? But then when it came to the wig, it was like, I don't know if I can like take you super seriously. When you're one, you are showing sympathy for Gabrielle. I was peeping that. She was trying to give Gabrielle the benefit of the doubt because she was a drug addict and that was just simply it. No, 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 no. No, this is not what we doing. I was distracted by Amanda's wig. Let's just keep it at that. I was distracted by Amanda's wig. And then I'm realizing, I don't know if it was Amanda that was starting to get soft or if it was Mr. Kramer. Because it was like, they was having moments where it's like, I don't really want to do this no more. And then Amanda over here damn near about to let Gabriella walk out the door and shit. So this movie was good. Now, I kind of liked the idea that they went out of the United States and went over to Mexico. Now, that may be something ignorant that I just said, because Mexico is a part of the United States, or is it not? History, you know, really. Anyways, I like that they did this whole thing in Mexico. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't really know why I thought that was cool, but I thought it was cool. Now, there was a couple twists and turns in this movie. Like the whole fucking thing, big spoiler. The medical scam? Bro. Y'all motherfuckers is doing credit card scams, but y'all ain't on the level of doing scams to where you pretending you a whole ass doctor and you doing brain surgery, and we got the motherfucking black dude didn't even have cancer for real. This was a setup like no other. This is organized crime at its best. And really at its worst, because the fucked up thing is people are spending their very last and really thinking they are getting help with their cancer. They are thinking that they found something that's going to at least give them another year or two to survive in the body that they've got. These motherfuckers was scamming them out of thousands. They did a whole setup to where we got this under... I knew shit was gonna be funky. I knew shit was funky when they was doing the surgery. Because they was all just being super... It was like too good to be true. So it's like, man, this shit is a little too good to be true. And it definitely was. They was playing the motherfucking manual while pretending to do his surgery. They have a manual of someone else showing you how to do the surgery. And they got it facing him, like, yeah, this is what we're doing. They're just playing a fucking video. I was like, when he was walking through, and I would be very, very hesitant about the whole thing from jump, because how they even started off with, okay, you're going on this Mexican tour that you didn't want to, you're not. He's looking at the time like, okay, motherfucker, I really don't care about this, that, and the third. I got shit to do here. Take me to where I need to go. But whatever. Okay, tour. They even got the tour driver in on the scam. Like, this scam was deep. These motherfuckers had bases covered. They just... I would have been on the my antennas would have went up when they would have pulled up in that van and hijacked me and took me up out of my whip. I would have been sketchy there. I'd be like, okay, if this is some legit medical shit and I just spent all this money for, this is not how you do this. You don't kidnap me from a motherfucking car and put a gun in my face and ask me who I am, and then I'm already sick, cuz. You gonna give me a heart attack too? I would have been thinking something is up. I would have been like, yeah, y'all doing something else, because nah, it ain't supposed to be like this. You shouldn't be snatching me up. No. So, and it's weird because they wanted us to think, is he, what's going on here? When really it was just more of the medical bullshit. So... We get to the big nice crib, the property. We got Gabriella at the door, and my whole thing was, I knew something was up, because it's like everybody is just too, everything is just too perfect. We got Gabriella, who's all like, oh, 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 oh. Bring a big ass bottle of tequila out, talking about some, this is for good luck. Bitch, you're doing the most. This whole thing, it just felt too good. It felt too right. It's like, nah, something ain't right. Somebody is fishy somewhere. And what my first thought was, they must be like harvesting kidneys or doing something like that. That's what I thought. I'm like, this motherfucker gonna wake up and he ain't gonna have no kidney or no liver or no shit like that. I was close. But come to find out, they were doing a pretend surgery. And my other antenna went up when they was like, you gonna be awake for some of the surgery and shit. I'm like, awake for the surgery? Are we watching Nip Tuck now? Awake for the surgery? I'm like, no, not especially on your brain. No. So they literally, they played the long game. When motherfuckers talk about playing the long game and the short game or whatever, these motherfucking scammers, I got an eye boogie, I'm sorry, y'all. These motherfucking scammers played the long game, meaning they literally have people on the payroll. The black dude, which he is from, he played in hella movies. I can't remember his real name, but he played in Soul Food. Y'all know when Cousin Faith fucked Terry's husband. That was him. We got him, fucking black dude, pretending he got cancer just to get John on the hook. I'm like, y'all, this is a whole new area of crime that I've ever seen. Like, y'all really scamming. Took their money. So, that motherfucking call just threw me off. Like, this was a big dog scam. Homegirl was literally on the phone selling people hopes and dreams, just taking their bread, sending them out to Mexico, somewhere out in the middle of no fucking where, doing pretend surgery on their asses. And then putting them in a random hospital or a random wherever the fuck they was at. And then just ghosting ass, literally. Motherfucker, my thing is, why you buying Gabriella another big bottle of tequila? She ain't nowhere near done with the first one. I don't know. Mr. Kramer might have been a little sweet on Gabriella, which is why he was like, nah, bitch. You didn't fuck me. He probably didn't even give a fuck about the other lady for real. It was Gabriella who hurt his feelings for real. So he come back to the crib looking around and find out these motherfuckers scam me. My whole thing is, were they just like giving him drugs or something so he could feel kind of out of it or something? Because I mean, if you having brain surgery, you should be able to feel if you had surgery. Like, there should be a little bit of after effect. So your head don't feel a little something. Your head just feel totally fine. I would have been like, nah, let me check up under these bandages. Let me see. He went into the underground basement, weird ass, creepy ass Martyrs. Go watch Martyrs. Martyrs looking ass dungeon basement, a laboratory / surgical room. And he finally took the bandages off. They ain't even cut. They ain't even shave his head down to get to surgery. There was no surgery done. He was not even touched. I'll pretend. The only thing they really did was, did they really take blood? Did they really get some blood from him? I think they just, I don't know. Let's talk about the first kill real quick. Now, did he really kill him, or was that just a real horny ass flashback of him really creating that trap? I don't know. Did that motherfucker send him some telekinesis and say, motherfucker, if you don't stop doing what you doing with these motherfucking folks that you supposed to be helping, this gonna be you here shortly. And then he just sent that to him like, vroom. And then he looked up. Let me put this motherfucker's watch and his ring back before I end up in a motherfucking device with my fingers and eyes sucked out. That first little, and that was a fake kill. I guess he probably should do it, because I'm pretty sure that ain't the first time he done stole some shit from these patients and whatnot. And he probably stealing shit right now as we speak. So maybe he should have put him in that contraption. I don't know. But that one, that might have been the best kid. That might have been the best trap that I've seen in this film, Saw X. I don't even know like how he was supposed to get out of it. I think I did not pay attention because I was trying to film that first bit of it. I really wanted to get that on camera. So I don't even know. He was supposed to break all his fucking fingers and then do what now? Because his eyes were literally getting sucked out. His eyes got sucked out of his head. I was looking at that like, wow. Yeah, this movie might be all right then. This might be all right. I think that was the best trap out of this whole thing, and turns out the best trap wasn't even really used for real. So Gabriella is a drug addicted young lady. I fucked with her little fashion too. That long coat. I was like, okay, I see you with the coat. I see you. I fucks with it. Why in the world are we going to, what was that, a dog shelter or something of that nature, and we are getting pills from the animal place? And then we got this dark ass bathroom in this club. I wouldn't even went in the dark ass bathroom in the club to take the pills. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Everybody had their own background of bullshit. My thing is, if you in a scam like this, you should probably have a little bit more bread to up your game or something. I feel like everybody was real fucked up. Mateo sweeping the floor and shit, calling motherfuckers shitheads and whatnot. And he's a drug dealer, and he's with the scam shits. Valentina, she was pretty much a prostitute. And I'm like, if you involved in a big ass scam like this, I feel like you shouldn't have to prostitute no more unless you want to. And I don't really think she wanted to. I don't know. I'm feeling like if you involved with this motherfucking big ass bitch here, this American, and it was an American, I just peeped that. They in Mexico doing foul shit because of this American Caucasian woman. She was on point too. She was a villain. I need to figure out what her motherfucking sign is when it comes to her character in this film, because she was definitely giving off some type of real badass energy. I'm like, oh, look at her talking shit. Look at her talking shit. She was very badass to the point where she done hooked up the little boy. And why in the world is the little boy just out there kicking the ball? Had to be 4 a.m. or something. Why is he out there just kicking the ball? No, I guess that's what they do. I don't know. Carlos, I believe that was his name. Carlos would have been in the house in the bed somewhere. No, motherfucker, you ain't going outside to kick no ball. Yeah. So Carlos was a G. You know, he said, nah, I ain't gonna let this motherfucker fix my bike. I ain't letting him die. This white man fix my motherfucking bike. I ain't letting Mr. Kramer die. I'm riding. So he pulled the lever and he took some of that blood. That was waterboarding for you, and he took the brunt of that. The kicker is, y'all, Mr. Kramer so motherfucking cold, Amanda motherfucking cold. They already had this figured out. They already knew who is what is when. And they thought they was getting one over on Amanda and Mr. Kramer, but they weren't. He already knew that homeboy was gonna come through with the gun, and the dude who was supposed to have it removed from his neck, he was in on it too. Literally everybody was in on this. Is a legit scam, likely ring. You feel me? So he already had it in his mind that he may be coming to save this chick, the pretend doctor. And so, Amanda, we gonna probably get caught up. So this is what's gonna happen when we get caught up. I got the hook and lock to our chains and whatnot. We can get out of them and we can take them off and we get the shit popping. We gonna have to be put on this waterboard thingy. And we gonna have to get a little bit of blood splashed in our faces, but trust me, we gonna be able to get out, so don't even worry. But this is what's gonna go down. They had a backup plan for the backup plan to the backup plan. Only part of it that was unexpected was the little boy being outside, but everything else they had fucking covered. Cause I was like, nah, I know he ain't going out like this. I know he ain't going. I just know he not going out like this. I know he ain't going out like this. So when I seen that he was lock yourself up, nah, it ain't gonna be that easy. And then when she grabbed the so-called money bag and she moved it, she seen that motherfucking timer. I was like, yeah, y'all got this wrapped up. Y'all in for it now. I was kind of hoping we got to see something cool for our very last trap. And it really wasn't cool. They just got smoked out. Some type of chemical or whatever was put on them. And basically now she's going to... I don't think she's stuck in that hole, but she is stuck in that warehouse. And she will eventually die. Just like the first individual in Saw, he got shut basically up in that warehouse, in that room, and he's there rotting. That's what's gonna happen to her. Her skin and stuff probably gonna fall off because now she's in the room full of acid, even though the acid is stopped. But she's gonna be dying very slowly, unless she kills herself. I don't know. I really wanted to see something a little cooler in the last trap. I don't know. Does Mr. Kramer and Amanda plan on adopting Carlos now? Maybe, because that's exactly what it seemed like. A very happy family. Really quick, let's talk about Gabriella's kill. Or Gabriella's trap. That was very interesting. My whole thought was, yo, if she dropped this hammer, it's a wrap. Because how's she gonna get it? I thought she was gonna drop the hammer. I thought it was just gonna be a wrap. It seemed like hers was kind of, I don't want to say it was easy to do, but for her, it seemed like once she had to figure out she had to break her wrist and her ankle, she basically had it done. That motherfucking heater thing, that radiation thing, I'm like, yo, this kind of scary right here. She had a kind of a cool trap because hers was really simple, but it was like, you're gonna get fried, basically. Like dude who got the whole Aztec thing in his face. I'm jumping all over the place, but I seen the detail that Mr. Kramer had because we seen that Aztec thing. And that's what he was shown earlier in the movie from the tour guide. But anyway, Gabriella, I kind of fucked with how the pretend doctor, I fucked with how she was like low-key pushing them to get it done. Do it, go, you got it, giving them tips. I'm like, Yeah, she's fucked up. But look at her. She really trying to help these motherfuckers get through these tasks. And so she was like, no, break your ankle first so that way you can swing out the way. Thinking that if she breaks her ankle first, she'll be moved out of the way of that big ass radiator thingy. And so this is how motherfucking he's legit in what he does because he already thought this. He's like, oh, okay, so if this motherfucker thinks she break her ankle first, I bet she'll think she'll be out of the way of the heater. Nah, she broke her motherfucking ankle. She swung all the way over. Why that motherfucking radiator thing? Zzz, boom. Right back in her face. I'm like, you gotta be bullshitting me. He just know the future, don't he? He just can read the future. And the pretend doctor was like, one step ahead. This motherfucker's one step ahead. And he literally is like, really always one step ahead. He just knows. So she's getting blasted by this heat. And I'm just thinking, yo, if this thing get turned on to full blast, because it wasn't even nowhere near on full, and her motherfucking face was bubbling and burnt. I'm like, ooh. Ooh. Gabriella. He did you like this because you fucked him over. You was playing with his heart. You was giving him the googly oogly eyes, and you was making him feel the ways. And oof, she cracked her motherfucking wrist. She dropped to the floor, and she was just. She was alive though. Until our motherfucking badass bitch villain, I forgot her name because it's the fake doctor. She was so slick. She was so pulled together. I'm like, girl, what is your sign? You are so just like on it. You play that role really fucking good because you would have got anybody just like you got them 34 motherfucking people. Wow. She put her foot on the back of Gabriella's burnt little neck and she just discontinued her whole life. I guess she broke the spinal cord or whatever. She just said, fuck it. And she was really feeling herself. She was feeling herself. You feel me? She went to go get her jacket and put it on and do that. And she got a little kiss in with her. She was feeling herself. I'm like, y'all taking too much time to do too much. If you wanted to kill this dude, you could. You could have just boom and you could have went about it. That's where y'all went wrong. Instead of playing nice and making him do his own little trap and talking shit, you could have just dipped out and y'all probably would still be alive. And, you know, the story would have ended a bit differently. But no, y'all wanted to be all in y'all ego and shit and do the whole little villain speech and doing it. This movie was really good. It was really good. It surprised me because I was thinking, usually I don't really care about Saw. Like I said, it is what it is with Saw. Some of the Saws are good. Some of them I didn't see. Yeah, I will rewatch this movie right along with the first Saw. Right along with one of the other Saws that I seen in between. Those were pretty good. I may even decide to maybe watch some of the ones that I didn't see just to see if it's like, you know, cool or not, any good or not. But this one here, Saw X, it did a good job. And if you do yourself a favor and stay a couple seconds, I just got shit all over my face done. Do yourself a favor and stay just a couple seconds after the credits to see them catch the black dude. And this whole time I was thinking, my mom was next to me, she was like, even the black dude is in on it. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And so, and then later on, when we see that he caught everybody for the most part, and he called the detective thinking he's looking up a different person, And the detective, we seen him. He was in one of the Saw traps, just like our dear Amanda is. He low key reaching back to the folks that he fucked up and changed their life completely, all the way drastically. He called the detective and he found the black dude. And so at the end of the movie, we ran back into the theater because I just knew it was going to be something else. I also heard it was going to be something else. And so I made sure I went back in. It caught the black dude. And I was like, well, yeah, he was in on it. This scam was so organized that I was like, yo, dude, they must be really doing shit like this. They gotta be. That's pretty fucked up. Damn. This movie was fucking bomb. It was good. I would suggest people to go see it. If you have been let down by movies lately, especially in the horror genre, this one will pick you up. I liked it. It wasn't too slow. You know, I could have did more with traps, but I feel like everybody is going to say they could have did more with traps because they wanted to see more traps go down. And I'm one of them. They had a couple good ones. Gabriella's was good. And again, the first dude who was Steven, that was a good trap as well. Valentina's trap. That one, it was decent. It was cool. But I just felt like, man. And the dude trap who had to get a part of his brain and shit. I'm like, this has to be extremely painful. Like, I need y'all to be acting like y'all in extreme pain. I just felt like they were just like, ah. And then after a while, it's like, all right, yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm like, yo, maybe they're just going into shock and they don't feel it. I don't fucking know. But this movie was really, really good. What do I rate it out of a 5-star scale? I don't be wanting to give movies 5 stars because I feel like it's always something that they could have done differently or better. So far, I don't know if I've ran into a 5-star movie, but I would definitely say this is a 4-star movie. There was a lot of twists and turns in this movie, and it surprised me. So we can even give this a 4.5. This was a decent year for horror movies, because Talk to Me was a really, really good movie, and I really wish I could have went back and seen that a second time in theaters. I seen it the first time in theaters, and I wanted to go back to the movies and watch it, but I just didn't get around to doing it. I think I gave that a 4.5. And so, yeah, Saw X, you get a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very good movie, and I definitely fucking suggest it. I suggest it. Go to the movies and see it. It was pretty good. I don't think Amanda is going to be able to take over John Kramer's work because she was having way too much sympathy and empathy and whatever else for Gabriella. She would have let her go and went against Mr. Kramer's rules, and then she would have been fucked up. So yeah, Amanda's not ready for that role. There's that. 4.5 stars for Saw X. Go see it. Thanks for watching. Until next